Morning everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope you're going to have a great day today and every other day of the week and leading up to a wonderful holiday season. We're looking at our little veggie garden here. Now these tomatoes are doing really well because it's all things about tomatoes. Let's keep that on the cards here. That's what I want to talk about. I love all my veggies, but tomatoes are my favourite. These little beauties here are doing wonderfully well. I haven't pruned them. And let's talk about a little bit about pruning. Now you can prune your tomatoes, and you've heard me talking about pruning them completely all the time. And as you can hear in the background, as soon as we start doing something, it's their cue to just chase each other. I've got to make sure she, hey, slow down, slow down, slow down, hey, slow down, stop, sit. All right, back to the tomatoes. You can prune your tomatoes or you can leave them grow real bushy. You will still get a good crop. The difference is that when you've got a bushy plant, there's a chance that it's actually going to get a few diseases or insects living in it and harvesting inside it. And if you aerate the plants, you get a bit more sunlight, less likelihood of that happening. Now, you've got to be careful as well that you don't over prune, and don't prune on a cold day. It won't help the plant because it'll go backwards. It needs to heal pretty quickly. And on a very hot day, it's probably not good either, because you'll find that the plant will get a bit too much air through it and it'll start to dry out. Here, we've got a plant that I haven't pruned at all, and I meant to leave 2 or 3 litres here, but this is what happens to me every time, guys. Every time I say I'm going to prune my plants and shape them and thin them out, I don't have the heart to do it completely because I see so many flowers. I'm going to sacrifice some here. I've got 1, 2, I've got a little one growing down at the bottom. This is really good. That one here has wrapped itself around a little bit. Oh, let me get that out. There we are. So we've got flowers everywhere. They haven't quite set fruit on this one here. It's still a little bit slow to set fruit, but that's okay. We've got plenty of time. The season's really late this year. But if you're struggling with your tomatoes, they're not doing well, and I've got a couple that aren't doing well, and I've shown you those. I'm not going to go there. You know what the best part is? You can actually grow tomatoes without doing anything. This is what we're doing here. We've got a little squash growing in here. This is our parsley bed. And this bed here, years before, at least for the last 2 or 3 years, I've grown my tomatoes in here on a frame and trained them up on a string, and you've probably seen them. Check them out on our previous videos. But this year, I've actually segregated it, and we're doing different things all the time and trialing it. But I had a lot of tomatoes in the past, the big malakas and everything, and I know we're out of seed of it at the moment, and I've got a fair few planted in the ground. But I also had last year a fair few that dropped to the ground, and I didn't harvest the seed. And I didn't purposely collect it because when they self-germinate, no matter what you buy, no matter how well you grow your own tomatoes, if it self-germinates, that's when you know the plant's going to be at its best and optimal ability to grow for you. And here, have a look at this. I've got to get down here on my knees. Have a look at this. Look at all these little things. All these here. There's hundreds. Tomatoes everywhere. Tomatoes here. Tomatoes down here. Even down here, look at that. I've got a tomato growing down here. It's going to be pot luck. We've got a bit of cherries, maybe the big malakas, the little ones as well. I'm going to transplant a couple. I'm going to take a gamble here. And these dogs are going to do my head in. Seriously. Seriously. Anyway, that's what they do best. Let's get this one out of here. Take this one. Which one should I take out of these 5,000 growing here? Have a look at that. Isn't that fantastic? All right, we'll just take one for now. Like that. I'll pop that in here. Take some soil out. This is just good potting mix. That's all it is, nothing special. Get some good terracotta potting mix. The more you pay, the better it is. All right, that's one little tomato. There's a whole cluster. I didn't have to plant any tomatoes this year. For these to germinate and be so young, that shows you how slow the season is. That's how long and slow these have taken off. Last year, they were a lot earlier. This year, we're halfway through December, and they've only just come up. So we're going to have a very late season, especially for us. Most of you are probably already harvesting, but for us, it's only been 2 days of good weather. So I'm going to plant these in the ground here, or in the pot, sorry, and keep them aside. And who knows, I might need to put these in the ground later on if my ones don't do too well. I'm just going to put a couple together for now, and then we'll separate them. So folks, Simple. Self-germinating plants will always outperform anything you buy from your own garden because they've already acclimatized to your soil, to your microclimate that you have here, good or bad and ugly. If it grows, it means it's, it's acclimatized, it's happy. It'll accept it, it will tolerate it. So if you've got this happening in your garden, don't run over them because they're worth their weight in gold. That's for sure. There's 4 little ones. Now all these need is a little bit of Eco Boost, liquid gold, and they'll be up, probably outperform my ones. Check it all out on our website, vasilisgarden.com, and our sprayers are turning up. Our easy hand sprayers, we've had hundreds of emails requesting when they're going to come in. They're going to be in. So in the next couple of days, you can do a pre-order and you'll get it express post if you want to order it as express, and you might get it just before Christmas. So check it all out on vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili, Maresi.